Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. Steve here with the Starting 11 prediction show ahead of Liverpool's Thursday evening game against Leicester City at Anfield. The Reds haven't played a Premier League game for a long time. That is about to change tomorrow evening. For those of you who are watching us live now on Twitter, if you want to watch the whole show, click the link that you can see in the tweet and come and join us over on YouTube. Right then, guys, all you who are on YouTube, do get in the live chat and let me know your thoughts, your comments, anything you want about this team that I'm about to select. I say I'm about to select. I'm going to guess what Jurgen's going to select. Let's make a start then straight away with the goalkeeper. Alisson's obviously going to return for this one. He's had a long break. He's obviously been away with Brazil, but he didn't play at the weekend. But he's now back in goal for me, obviously. Another change then at left back. I have got Andy Robertson playing there. I thought Shimakash has played well. He's been obviously done well at the weekend, but I think Robbo he got a bit of action at the end of that game, and I'm pretty sure that he will play. Next to him, I've got Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, again, he did play at the weekend, but Virgil's obviously going to play. When Virgil's fit, Virgil plays. Absolute no-brainer there. We've got Joel Matip, the return of Joel Matip. There was an argument to be made about Konate. I thought Konate at one point was perhaps going to overtake Joel Matip, but I'm pretty sure Matip is first choice at this point, and he comes back in again. Another one who's had quite the break. And then starting at right back is Trent Alexander-Arnold. If you guys if you think it's going to be any different at that back five, please do let me know. But I'm guessing most of you are going to agree with that one. But like I say, I think the only real argument is who partners Virgil. Is there an argument for Konate? There is, but for me, I think Joel Matip's been one of our better players across the whole season, so I think he's back in for me. But like Blaze's brother says to Konate, because of the pace of Leicester, yeah, obviously they do have Daka. Vardy's out, which is a benefit for Liverpool, but they do have Daka, they do have Iheanacho, but so I do understand your thought process there, but again, I think Matip is the man who's going to get the nod. Fabinho back in the middle. Great to see him back again. He got the weekend off having been away on international duty, but fab plays for me. And great to see him back. Again, it'll be amazing. He's been, again, I think throughout the January period when Liverpool needed other players to step up, one of them who definitely did so was Fabinho. He's a nailed-on starter for me. The return from the start then of Thiago Alcantara over on this left of the three. I think Thiago's going to come back into the fold. He got a bit of action in midweek, and I think he's going to start there for me. And I've gone for Harvey Elliott getting a start on this right-hand side. Now, Jordan Henderson's had this back issue. Why risk him? Which made it a bit easier, because I was thinking, I'll stand over here actually, I was thinking who's going to play on this right. I think Henderson would have started, but with so many options. And by the way, wait till I get my subs bench out later. The players who aren't even on that bench, it's mental at the moment how well stocked Liverpool are. But with Henderson having this slight issue, I've gone for Harvey Elliott to start. I don't know if he's out fit, he is, but he played half an hour at the weekend. No, I think no ill effects. He's been training all week. I'm not sure he's going to play at Burnley away. I'm not sure that's the game for Harvey. So I think Leicester at home is a perfect opportunity for that midfield to play. And obviously Burnley at the weekend. Hopefully Henderson can come back in. And there's just tons of options. There's Jones, there's Keita, there's Milner. I'm probably missing a few off as well. Henderson, obviously, when he's returning. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts so far, guys. Manny says, Fabinho, Thiago, Naby, we need to see this again. Yeah, absolutely. You could, again, it'd mean Thiago coming over on this right, maybe, or would you play Keita? I agree. Naby's on my bench, and I'm pretty certain he will come on at some point, but I think it's going to be this midfield three. I've gone left wing then. I've gone Diogo Jota. I've gone Bobby Firmino up front. Let's move him back a little bit there. And then obviously right wing, the options are plentiful. There's Chamberlain, Diaz around, Minamino's been playing well obviously as well, but Mo Salah's back, and I think he's going to go straight back into the side. He's got a point to prove. He's feeling a little bit angry after what happened at AFCON. He's been in training all week. I've got a feeling he's going to throw Mohamed Salah straight in. So my 11 is Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip, Trent, Fab, Thiago and Harvey Elliott. Jota, Bobby and Mo Salah. If you guys think any different or anything you would do, let me know. No Diaz, says Sus. He's on my bench, don't worry. Luis Diaz is on my bench, but he will be in. Addison says Diaz for Bobby. I don't see it, if I'm honest. I don't think he's going to start, but I might be wrong. And there's so many options I'm going to go through here. Look how strong this bench is. It's absolutely absurd, really. With Kelleher, obviously, as your sub-goalie, going back down to the bench. There's Ibu Konate. There's Joe Gomez. We've got Kostas Tsimikas. So far, so good in terms of defenders. The return of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain from his COVID issues alongside Joe Gomez. Those two can go together in like a nice little COVID-free bubble over there. James Milner on the bench. Curtis Jones. Naby Keita. And Luis Diaz as well. It's amazing, really, if you think about that squad so far, and then if you think about Origi, Henderson, who are down here, you can't see them on Mane, Minamino, all available. Obviously, the squad options are plentiful. I've given Henderson the complete week off. If he's got this back issue, no need to risk him. Mane, obviously, we know he's not going to play, but he'll be back in contention for Burnley as well. Okay, and then obviously the Divock Origi, who's close to being back to full fitness, not quite there, but again, it's crazy really that I've got so many options now. It wasn't that long ago when we were scraping teams together and there were kids playing and, going to Spurs away with Tyler Morton having to play because of COVID issues. Liverpool are in a much stronger position now. Let me know your thoughts then. I'll get to a few of them in the comments section, what you guys are thinking. Member Gareth Baird says, I would love to see Diaz and Elliott. There is a well with Diaz start. I completely agree. And if you're thinking about it, looking ahead to the weekend, maybe Burnley away isn't where you'd start Diaz. So you could play him here and then Bobby comes back in and Jota plays central. There's definite options for sure. We've got Slavin says spot on Steve, and so does You've Got a Friend in Me. He says well done. So yeah, some shout outs there. Billy Bob, I think Minamino could be on the bench instead of Gomez or Milner. To be fair, looking at it, I might be one too heavy in terms of defenders, but Gomez is my right-back cover now as well. We don't have Neco Williams anymore, but then again, James Milner could be that. I do understand. My thinking is that there's two attackers there. You could have Jones play on the left, Diaz can play out on the left. Things can switch around, but yeah, Taki would be a definite option. I think you're right. That 11 is ballers, FC, says John. There are a lot of ballers on that pitch, for sure. Barney says Diaz to start with Salah on the bench. I don't think so. I think when Mo comes in, Mo's going to play. If you play, especially for Diaz, I'm not sure Diaz is going to play right. That means moving Jota right or playing... I don't see it happening, to be honest. I think the only other option, if it was right-hand side for me, would be that Oxlade-Chamberlain goes there, perhaps, or Taki Minamino. But listen, the return of Mo, he's the king. The king's going to play. Whether he lasts the whole 90 minutes, depends on how the game goes, but I think there's no way Mohamed Salah isn't starting this one. BF Gamer says 4-2-3-1. Fab and Thiago DMs, Elliott on the right with Diaz and Jota. Why is Jurgen's not going to change the formation? Absolutely no chance. This is our formation now, so I don't see it. We've got 4 games in about 9 days, so even with a full squad like we have right now, they might be overworked. Good time to get everyone fit, says Anil. Yeah, you're right. It is a very good time to have everyone back. There's going to be heavy rotation. Thursday to Sunday, I imagine, and obviously on Friday, it'll be Chris doing this show, which I know some of you will be very thankful for. You're missing him. Chris will be back on Friday with this show, and I'm guessing the team he picks will be very, very different than the team who starts on Thursday night. Jurgen will have all this in mind. There's games and games and games to come. Let's see what else we've got. Salah's on fire, he's always ready, says Bambi Rosie. Absolutely. I've got no issues about Mohamed Salah's fitness. If he's back and ready to go, you start him, and if you have to then take him off, that's the way to go, rather than introducing him from the bench. It does depend how many minutes he's got in his legs, and I'm very much aware of that. Thiago hasn't played a lot, Elliott hasn't played a lot, Salah hasn't played a lot, so there might be something in changing one of those around. But again, I feel harsh on some of the players who have left out. They've done nothing wrong, but I think that's the way we're going to go for. But I do agree. I'd like to see Fab, Jones and Elliott in midfield at some point, says Jay. Yeah, I mean, it's a very easy one to have. Jones just comes in for Thiago and slots there, but I think now's the time to get Thiago back. The Thiago-Fabinho duo in midfield for me is two of Liverpool's stronger players, and then it's who the third's going to be. When these two are fit, I think they are our best combo of two, and then it's whether it's Henderson, Milner, Elliott, Chamberlain, Keita, the options are endless. Jones, I don't think I mentioned there. But I think if Thiago's ready to go, Thiago goes with Fabinho. But I agree. It's nice that we've got so many of these options. You've got a friend in me who's on commentary. Is it yourself and Errol tomorrow? I hope so. You're our lucky mascot. It is me and Errol on the live watch along tomorrow, so I do hope you can join us. The general rule of thumb, more often than not, is that me and Errol will do the home games, and then it's Paul and often Chris on the away games. That isn't the case the weekend. I think it's me and Paul again. But the way that's generally how things work. A little peek behind the curtain for you there. Genevieve says Thiago looked great in training. I have seen that video when he does the little lob. Thiago always looks great. Thiago is great. Let's see what else then. I'd have Naby in for Thiago. Thiago dispossesses the ball sometimes. Maybe it's good to start him from the bench. Again, it depends. It depends on fitness of Thiago. Really, I think if he's ready to go, he goes, and it looks like he is, given all things into account. Let's see what else we've got. I think Jurgen Klopp will start Harvey Elliott. The love between them two, it's just like dad and son, says Nassim. Yeah, I think it is. I think there's a special bond. I think Jurgen wants Harvey Elliott in the team as often as he can. I think he like somebody what he offers now and what's to come. But I think sometimes the future stuff is overplayed. I think Jurgen picks who his best team is now, and I actually think he really fancies having Harvey Elliott in the side a lot where he can. That's how good he thinks he is right now, as well as what's to come. I think they really do love each other. Genie 20 says Ox did nothing wrong. You're right. Ox did nothing wrong on it, but Ox was playing right wing, and the best football player on the planet plays in that position. Now Ox could go back into midfield. I completely agree. And again, there's a lot of players over there who should feel hard done by. Jones has done not much wrong. Keita hasn't done much wrong recently. Oxlade-Chamberlain, like you said, Kanate, Shimaka's, all these lads who have done absolutely zero wrong, really. Minamino isn't even on my bench, and he scores in the last game. Like he should feel very hard done by as well. So yeah, that just shows, doesn't it, how strong Liverpool Football Club are at the moment. And just again, I've got cards. Yeah, look at this: Mane, Henderson, Divock, Taki. All these lads, brilliant footballers, aren't even on the bench. That's how amazing our squad is. People talk about squad depth and stuff. That's where we're at right now. It's so positive. Fingers crossed they can stay that way and touch wood for as long as you can. Injuries are inevitable. Suspensions are inevitable. COVID's inevitable. We understand that. But fingers crossed we can keep as many of these lads fit and firing. There are lads there, like I say, who aren't even in the matchday squad. That's just how good we are at the moment. Brett, Taki in for Millie on the bench. Absolutely, it would make sense, and I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. Again, my thinking was, I've got two centre-back options, a couple of full-back options, and then the forward options, I've got Chamberlain, Jones, Diaz. I think that's probably enough. I don't know if he's going to have four of them. He could do. It wouldn't be a shock for me. Manny, I really think Luis Diaz gets a start. The look on Klopp's face when he was playing against Cardiff, it was love at first sight. It wouldn't be a huge surprise. I think if Diaz plays, it would be instead of Firmino. I think you're right in saying. So let's have a little look how that goes. I mean, it looks mighty good, doesn't it? With Bobby as your option off the bench, that looks fine for me. I wouldn't be adverse to it. And if that's the way he goes, it would make sense that, again, just start Luis Diaz in his first Premier League start at Burnley. I don't know, it depends what you think of him there, but I would. I think that's what's going to happen, actually. I think he will start at the weekend, so that's why I've gone for the team I selected. It's strange, really, that when you're picking like these 11s, I always go through who's a guaranteed player to start. I think Alisson and pretty much the back four, if fitness-wise, are nailed on. And I always think Fabinho. Mo Salah's nailed on to start. And other than that, that's where it gets a bit difficult. I think Jota is actually. I don't know which position Jota's in, but I think Jota has to start all the time. And then the rest of it's a bit of a mixed bag. Thiago should be that. And hopefully if he gets games under his belt, he is. Before you know it, it's really hard to leave players out. And this is a problem Jurgen's got. Alex says, I can't see Thiago starting. Why do you think he starts? I think he starts because I think he's our best midfielder, or one of them. I think Fabinho, Thiago and one other is probably Liverpool's best three. if you head on over to the Redmen Plus, if you want one of our subscribers, this is actually a question on today's debate show. So it was Paul, Evo and Grizz Khan, and one of the questions they brought up was, what is Liverpool's best midfield three? I know they all had different answers. If you want to catch that show in full, do head on over to the redmentv.com. It's streaming now on Redmen Plus. But yeah, I'd love, again, it's such a hard question. There are so many options. I feel like there's no right or wrong answers. It's such a good place to be. I can't emphasise that enough. Henex, he said, I think Thiago comes off the bench and Naby might start. It wouldn't shock me, mate. It really wouldn't, like I say. Let's see. Do you think Jones is the odd man out with all of these additions, says Coach Dom? I don't understand what you mean, odd man out. I don't think Curtis is in a position yet where he just demands he has to start every week. But I think he's always in and around the matchday squad. And he is very, very young as well. Like, the expectation shouldn't be that high on Curtis Jones. The fact that he even gets in and around such a world-class squad is testament to him. Like, the levels of sneaking into Man United's bench, getting on that, or getting on Leicester's bench, or Everton's bench, or whatever team, that's one thing. Like, getting on Liverpool's bench, or getting on Manchester City's bench, the bar is so high. There are going to be, when everyone's fit, super international footballers who don't even get in the squad. So I think it's testament to Curtis that he doesn't look like the odd man out. I don't think he's a nailed-on starter, nor should he be just yet, but I don't think he's like an outcast either. I think he's more than capable and more than deserving of being in and around the squad, which again, given the level that Liverpool Football Club operates at, credit to him. Let's have a little look then. The advantage is that Jones he's so young, he doesn't even take up a slotted list. Yeah, you're right in saying that. Like I say, he counts as homegrown. AG, is that our strongest bench this season? It's certainly up there, isn't it, Paul? Like I say, it's mighty impressive. And again, at some point, Sadio Mane comes back in, Jordan Henderson comes back in. They'll definitely be in match day squads. So there's a chance in a couple of weeks' time, if everyone's fit, I don't know, I don't even know how you would do that. Maybe Milner drops out of it, and for someone... Who else drops out? Maybe Gomez, and you try and go with one centre-half and get Jordan in there. Maybe Jones. I don't know. It's going to be so tough. You're right. It's a great play. We could play that bench and win anyway. You know what? That 9 plus Mane and Henderson isn't the worst team in the world, is it? As a backup 11. So you'd go Kelleher with Kanate and Jones. You'd have Milner at right back, Shimikas at left back. A midfield 3 of Henderson, Jones, Keita. And then what is it? Diaz, Origi and Mane up front. That could win a lot of Premier League games. You're absolutely right to say that. My goodness gracious me. It's amazing. It really is. I'm laughing just how good it is. Let's have a little look. A couple more of them before we shoot off. Let's see. I think next season Luis Diaz may overtake Mane just like Jota overtook Bobby, says Sus. I'm guessing that's Jurgen's plan. That's what he wants to happen. That's what succession planning is all about. Basically, next season we should have either an amazing Luis Diaz or a revamped, fired-up Sadio Mane playing on that left-hand side. Jota's there as well. Like, it's so good. It's so good to think about that. Either way, it's a win-win for Liverpool. You've got 3 world-class footballers there, potentially, who are all vying for that spot in the front 3. Add in Firmino, add in Mane. It's absolutely fantastic. As AG says there, we've got a squad, baby. You are absolutely right. I want to see the Kite at Thiago midfield partnership, says 17. Yeah, and I'm sure at some point you will. Yeah, man. Again, it's just this is I say easiest. It's the most happy I've been doing a starting 11 prediction show, having all these options. It's actually very, very difficult because sometimes the team just picks itself where you've only got these lads who are available, you have to play that. And we've been there a few times already this season. The fact that we are where we are, the fact that Jordan Henderson's got a slight back issue and we can go, right, Jordan, absolutely fine, go and have the week off. That's where we are now because of the options. We're not having lads running through pain barriers like that was happening in the past. So yeah, you're right in saying. A message from one of our members then, Michael McGuinness, a member for 19 months, first teamer. Hello, Michael. 3-0 Salah, Liverpool, Jota and Diaz. Let's do it, Redmen. I am with you, indeed. And then finally, the Spaniards. Steve, can we win the league? Yes, we can win the league. Liverpool can win this league. It's going to rely on a few teams doing us favours. Someone's going to have to beat Man City, and we're probably going to go to the Etihad and have to beat Man City too. But that's more than possible. Listen, Man City, we saw it against Southampton. They are an amazing team. I think they are absolutely fantastic. Credit to them, but they are not invincible. You know, even Thanos had a weakness, and even Manchester City has got a weakness. What I can say, guys, is that I'm going to give Virgil a captain's armband that I made earlier. He deserves that. he's going to captain this side. Credit to him. Good luck with that, Virgil. You're going to get the captain's armband in the game. But yeah, that is, fingers crossed, the 11 that are going to beat Leicester City on Thursday night. It was mentioned earlier by one of the commenters, the live watch along. Errol and I will be in the studio. We will go live with the team news reaction show about just before 6:45. We'll be on live before that, so we'll be live as the team comes out. And then obviously the game kicks off at 7:45 UK time, so we'll go live again with the watch along around about 7:30 PM UK time. Please do come and join us. Basically, get the game on your telly, press mute, turn us up, and then rather than listening to commentary, you get the 100% biased commentary of us guys. Get involved in the live chats, get involved in all the games. We've got songs, we've got stats, we've got everything you need. So I do hope you can come and join us for that. And then obviously on Friday, Chris will be back. He will have the final word show over on Redmen Plus. And then straight away, we are building up towards the Burnley game with the match, with the uncensored match preview. Uncensored match build-up, opposition preview, and starting 11. There is so much coming because the games, like we mentioned earlier, are coming thick and fast. So yeah, thanks you guys in the comment section for helping me out. Thank you guys for watching and or listening to the show. Please give the video a like if you haven't already and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. Do consider heading over to Redmen Plus as well. Streaming in about, as we're live, well, an hour and 40 minutes, our newest feature at 5 PM goes live. It is The Craftsman of the Cop. It's amazing. It's such a good story about Mark and how he became one of the greatest banner makers that Liverpool have got and the process that goes into it. It really is worth checking out, so do go and do that as well. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm going to sign off. Say thanks very much for watching. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back soon. Ta-ra. Hey guys, thanks for watching that show. We are on the countdown to the League Cup final. Liverpool playing Chelsea at the end of February. And if you want to get some amazing content around that game, we have got you covered.
We have got exclusive interviews and documentaries all available in video and podcast form. So if you want to listen to us on the go, we have got you sorted.
Yeah, so do head on over to theredmentv.com, join up to Redmen Plus, and hopefully get yourselves in the mood for when Liverpool win the League Cup at Wembley.